Greetings everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and we're back in the apartment for the final day. It's Exodus. We are going to finally finish the move. I talked to the super. I'm going to just paint the walls, take a few little things down, curtains, and God, it's been a long time. So just going to paint, finish up, give the keys in. It's an emotional time. Still only 3 hours on sleep, but I got to really bang this out quick. We have so much going on, but it's a good thing. So when Mary gets here, you're going to see obviously the progression and how we're going to get through this and what it's going to look like after. I'll quickly show you what it looks like now. Kitchen. So many memories of these games. At the end of this video, I'm going to have a montage of the memories of really quick, what games I had in here, different pictures. Mary and I might give you a quick story on some of our favorite moments with the games, and also not so very friendly moments with the games either, because it's been hell bringing them up here, but I think we've done okay. I'll be back, I'll show you the progression, and we'll go from there. So here's the first coat. I'm gonna have to do a second. There's no way around it. You can still see the brown through. Mind you, it's still wet. It's a lot better, but secondly, definitely will need a second coat. Bang this out within around 30 minutes. I just do it really, really quick. So it's almost 10 o'clock. Mary and I have just attacked this. We still have to cut high. We actually got rid of, we did a lot. But we did a lot here because we don't want to really, this room actually turned out really nice. So we're gonna almost finish here. The blue made it difficult. We're gonna have to do 2 coats. We actually had to go get more paint, so that delayed us a good hour, which sucked, but there's a lot to do. And again, these closets are a good thick 1 coat. That room, the hallway in here have to be 1 more done. So tomorrow we're gonna come, should be done the painting, and Thursday just do the floors, hand the keys in, and we're done. So it's day 2 at the apartment. That's 1 coat it didn't cover. We got the second coat. That's gonna do it, it's still wet. Second coat made it look beautiful. Look at that compared to 1. So far so good. This room is done. Damn near complete. Other than the windows that we're gonna do on the third and last when they give the keys in. So I'll give you an update. We're almost finished. So painting is now done. That's done. We're just gonna clean up next few hours, do a little of the floors. We got some bit of trips, but we had a bit of a choice because we didn't have a lot of equipment, but we're done. Inspector just came in. All good. Top tier. Let's go home. So it's been about a week, and I moved out the boxes that we had to the basement, and we're still organizing, going through them. And the only thing left is the blankets there, my winter tires, and some grass filings. But yeah, so here's the garage. All 22 games in one for the first time. A very emotional time, an exciting time for me personally, and of course Top Tier and the future of the channel. Let's start it off. There's the Tony Inoko Pachinzlo slot machine, the Street Fighter 4 Vulix, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. We keep going. That's Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Super Sprint wheel, and my tools are under the stairs. Killer Instinct 2. Now we turn to Street Fighter 1. Frogger, right there. The Tato is Double Dragon. Mortal Kombat 2. This is my Atlantis EM pinball machine. I have the head. I'll show you in a sec. Here is the Hobbit LE Smaug. Miss Pac-Man. My Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. We keep going. Here is the Sega Blast City, which is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 themed. My Bram Stoker's Dracula pinball machine. My, what is this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Data East pinball machine. This is Robo War pinball machine. Swords of Fury. There is the green is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles LE from Stern. Beside that is the 6-slot Neo Geo. And that's pretty much that. So this is the garage. That's all the games. Wow, finally all together. Nice and cool in the garage. It's been a little cool recently, a bit of rain. And if you can hear there's some fireworks going on, it's the holiday weekend. And that's that. Wow. Geez, so many years, huh? Mary my wife has agreed to sit down and finish off the video with some memories of the apartment, some fun memories that she remembers, some bad memories she remembers. So we've arrived to it at last. It's part 3. It's the end of the move. You've seen us painting, you've seen us moving, you've seen us preparing, and it's all culminated into this. I can't believe it's been that many years, Barry. Huh? Jeez, it's been so much. For anyone new to the channel, it's my wife, Mary. Often not on screen, but she goes, you know what, this was the big move, and she wanted to be on. And hit me up with a cigarette. It's been so long, huh, since we've gathered so many games now, and it's been interesting. All these years. Hey, do you remember when, so my first game technically was the slot machine. Now, when I started dating Mary back in 05, that's when I first got the slot machine, and she didn't really think anything of it, because it was like, whatever. But it was when I got Miss Pac-Man, which is my original one, back in 2012. Do you remember that morning? When I remember the Italian guy that dropped it off and they were asleep? And you're like, what is this? And like, it's just a one-off, and you were cool with it.
Because it was just one, and it was Miss Pac-Man. Like, who doesn't like Miss Pac-Man, right?
So it's a universal game, you know, everyone liked it, you know, young, old, women, men, whatnot. But it wasn't until, when did you know that you were screwed? Because then after I started getting Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat 1, Double Dragon.
Well, Miss Pac-Man was cute. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Second one was like, okay, all right, it's the second one. But I think I was screwed when you got the third one, when I just came home and it was just there and you didn't say anything. And then it was all downhill from there. So
to me, once I got Double Dragon from the US, I knew it was screwed. You know, ironically, I wasn't gonna continue. It wasn't until we found Street Fighter 1 that I'm like, now I can complete Street Fighter Collection 1, 2, 3, 4, which I have, and soon to be 5, because I have a lot of the parts, but I just don't have the actual cabinet, which I had. So you didn't know this, because I bought it, and it was kind of that or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles LE from Stern, and it was going back and forth, and later ended up not getting the cabinet because of COVID. And I never told you because it wasn't really like a real thing. It was just on reservation. And it's not that I hid it from you, just I didn't know it was going to go through because COVID was so unpredictable. But yeah, the collection's crazy. And now that I'm seeing it together. So the plan is, because we have a walkout basement now like you've seen, is getting the games down the side, which is a pretty rocky, like there's stone. And I know Mary was like, you're not going to be here.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, it's a better idea you're not.
I'm almost anxious for you bringing them down, but I just rather not be here.
Yeah, it's a better idea. Yeah, because it's gonna going on the way down. It's gonna be it's a bit steep, and then we're gonna have to put wooden planks. That's gonna be part of the next video series, which is gonna be very interesting. But thanks, Mary. You've been too patient and very accommodating, so I have to thank you, because a lot of spouses usually don't support the hobby, especially if they're not really into it. But you grew up with 3 brothers, you know, obviously Mike passed away unfortunately, and he got us into this, and you know, now you internally by marrying me, you got 3 more brothers, and then, you know, so it's I know you've been around it, but I know you play from time to time and your son's playing, so it should be very interesting now that all the games are actually set up properly and not just dispersed in different locations, whether it's at the apartment, my parents' house, or whoever. Now it's a real thing. It's an interesting thing. It's an exciting thing, but
It'll look cool.
yeah, I think it's gonna look cool. But yeah, so the pins are gonna go down 100%, all 7. That's the plan. Pins go down all 7, double dragon, and then now the only thing is, I don't know what works. I plugged in Street Fighter 2 for fun, and it works, which is great, but there's no sound. So I'm like, oh great. Tried Mortal Kombat 2, nothing. Tried Mortal Kombat 1, nothing, and I'm like, great. But I know Double Dragon just needs a power supply. Frogger works. The pins work. I hope. I hope. Super Sprint probably needs a cap kit on the monitor. Pac-Man I know works. But who knows when they go downstairs. But yeah, Mary, I have to thank you. You've been a great wife and a great spouse supporting. Especially, Mary helped me move a lot of games in the apartment. Remember Mortal Kombat when it got stuck?
Nope.
Remember? Mortal Kombat 1, so what she's referring
Which is
to...
why I don't want to move any of the games.
That's what did her in. So, really quick, Mortal Kombat 1, we got in the elevator, and the caster got stuck between the elevator, like how it closes, and it kept and she's like, and I'm like, pull it out! Because the neighbors were looking, and I didn't want to kind of, have eyes on the machine. But, yeah, we had a lot of games in the apartment.
Yeah,
now,
I helped you move majority of those.
Most.
Yeah.
But you learned, you got used to it. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. Yeah, it's been crazy. So the goal is to get them down one at a time, which are working. Then, for instance, Mortal Kombat 2. Now the siding of it is Omega Race, and because it was in the It Part 2. They had to do it because they needed the machine and they didn't have the original one, so they kind of used it in the back. So I'm gonna have to artwork that, which I'm not looking forward to, but whatever. And then I have to get the monitors working. So the goal is get the games nice and neat and clean and working, and then one at a time just keep feeding them downstairs. And that's why, especially for the pin and even Atlantis, because the head is there. Because it's original paint, the back glass, and I don't want it to chip. It's only been in here 7 days, and it's been very cool. But that's the plan. And then,
what would you play first?
That's a great question. I mean,
you haven't played them in forever.
Do you know? Do you know that I only have about 2 hours logged on Mortal Kombat 2. See, you would think I'd get bored of them. But I haven't played them so often, so to me they're new games. And then now I have to tinker with them and get them working again. And so I'm so excited to revitalize that excitement of now I have the game. It's like a pickup.
Yeah.
It's like picking them up for the first time, but I've had them for 8 years. It's kind of bizarre. So if every game is working right now, which one would? Yeah. It's like choosing your favorite child. I know this is gonna sound crazy, because I played my pins more because they're at the apartment. I think the first game that I would play is either. I would say Killer Instinct 2. Here's why. Because, that sounds crazy because that's actually not... Number 1 is more liked. The memory of me playing Killer Instinct Gold on the N64 console that I bought with my own money, paper route money, which ironically, that was Mary's first job as a teen as well, like a young teen, was paper route. So I used to do the Toronto Sun, which is still around, but again, physical media, not so much anymore. But I would say Killer Instinct 2 because the music, the fast-paced gameplay, yeah, I think it would be. Probably Killer Instinct 2, weirdly. And then maybe Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, because these the ones I've probably least played, even though I played Killer Instinct a bit more. Probably those two, which is weird. And if I had to choose out of one of the pins, maybe Robo War. only because RoboWar had to get folded soon. And then when I picked it up, that's when my uncle passed away, and that's in my archive videos. And just the music, it's my favorite pinball machine when it comes to music. And just now in the basement, dark, it's my own, hasn't been like restored yet, and I want to get to it. That's going to be part coming up. I think that's what it would be. Pin would be RoboWar. I would say Vid, Killer Instinct 2, weirdly. Because the music, ironically, it's because of the music. That's what sucked me in, because he was so immersive and so badass too. But yeah, what would you play? What would you play?
I don't know.
Like one pin and then one vid, and then we'll call it a wrap.
I don't know, probably maybe like Mortal Kombat, or between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, if anything, because those are the ones that I know.
You used to play with your brothers at the convenience store, right?
Yeah, good old Becker's.
Yeah, yeah. What about pin?
And Pin, I think it has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which one? Remember, there's Data East, because you like the Stern one because he was faster, right?
Yeah.
Wow, Turtles, the newest of the games. And most expensive. Yeah, ironically, that's crazy. They will. They'll both be available to play. That's cool. But we can be here forever, but the truth is, emotionally we're drained. It's been a crazy move, huh? God. The stories. I haven't found my razor. This is 10 days, which is getting to me now, but I mean, we'll get to the boxes where we know it is. But guys, look, for anyone that's been with me all these years, that has followed me, that has subscribed to me and then supported me, even those that gave me bad feedback, that I tried to make that and internalize it to be better. Now there's no excuse, because now it's real. Like all these talks of years of when, now it's on, it's here. So other than bringing him downstairs safely, which the move was amazing. Pierre and Francesco were outstanding. And then you and your friend Marisa, where moved the other stuff, were just amazing partners to deal with, and good friends. There's a lot more coming. And this time I mean it, because now I have the collection. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give it a thumb up. Comment if you wish. Any plans that you think. And let me ask you guys this. Maybe in the comments. Out of the games that you know that I have, because now I have them, you can see them all together, finally at last, all 22 games. Which of the games would you play? If I invited you over and you said, all right, Steve, let's do it. I'm like, go, play out of the 22. Which ones would you play out of them? I'd love to hear which ones in the comment, and also maybe a quick blurb of why. Be kind of cool. There's a lot coming. It's exciting. It's overwhelming, because now I actually have to commit to making it happen. A bit scary, but exciting to say the least. A bit exhausting as well, because I'm like, how much we're going to have to do, because we're going to have to start restoring again. I'm rusty, and I'm not the greatest at it, as you can imagine. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Please let me know what you think. We'll be back, and we're going to, the next video series is going to be creating Top Tier Arcade version 1.5. We're upgrading. Before it was 1.0, and now we're going to Top Tier 1.5, and let's see what the future brings. It's been a pleasure. Mary, thanks again for doing this, and being so very supportive, which many wouldn't. And thank you so very much, and everyone for viewing. All the best, and take care. Peace.
Fight on.